Hey everyone. Michelle, are you on the call?
Yes, I'm here.
It's your day off.
It's all right. I
Uh,
just couldn't figure out how to put you as a host when I set up
oh,
the meeting, so I don't think it would have worked.
I'm sorry.
That's
Well,
okay.
please take it another point during the week, and we'll try not to make it last too long.
No
Um,
worries.
Great. Hey, Jackie and Christina, glad we're all able to join. Let's get started. So I'll call this meeting of the Englewood Environmental Foundation to order on Friday, October 14th, 2022 at 2 p.m. I'll just do a roll call. Member Underhill,
Present.
Member Lowe,
Present.
and Member Dodd, present, joined by Michelle Chavez in Public Works. So the first is the election of the EEF President. Do I have any nominations? I want to nominate Jackie.
I'll nominate Tim.
Ugh.
Yes. Because
Is that
the
a sec-
public works related, yeah.
Is that a second, Jackie?
Yes, I'll second.
Okay, I'm gonna vote against it. Okay, so we have a nomination for me to be the EEF President, Tim Dodd, acting interim public works director. Motion by Christina Underhill, director of Parks, Rec, Library, and Golf, and seconded by Jackie Lowe, finance director. Any discussion? Okay, let's vote. Member Underhill,
Yes.
Member Lowe,
Yes.
and I will abstain, as I think it's weird to vote for yourself. So by 2 votes and 1 abstention, I guess I'm elected. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. It means so much to me.
Congratulations.
Thank you. All right, approval of the minutes. Do I have a motion to approve the August 25th, 2022 minutes?
We approve both. I'll make a motion to approve both August 25th and October 12th.
Okay, great. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Great. Any discussion? Okay, Member Underhill?
No discussion.
Okay. Do you, how do you, oh, you know
Oh,
what?
yeah.
Is it okay if we separate them just because
Yeah, that's
I
fine.
was not at the 25th, so I need to
Okay.
abstain on that one?
Okay, we'll do that. I'll make a motion to approve the minutes of August 25th.
I'll second.
Okay, any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Yeah. Aye.
Great, and I abstain because I wasn't there, so motion carries, and I can have a motion to approve the meetings for the 12th.
I'll make a motion to approve October 12th meeting minutes.
Great, is there a second?
I'll second.
Great, and I'll vote for this as well. So all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And motion carries unanimously by a voice vote. Moving on to item number 4, recognition of public comment. Is there anyone here for public comments? And Michelle, did anyone reach out to have scheduled public comment?
No.
Okay, great. So not hearing any, we can move on to the next item. So old business, EEF signage around the Civic Center follow-up. I wasn't super involved in this. A lot of it happened before my tenure on this board, but I just wanted to have it placed here just to make sure we were making progress and see if there were any questions. Christina, do you have any details or any information on the status of this? Or?
Nothing too detailed. Last I talked to Trey, which was this week, in Public Works, I believe the signs were being made, so I don't believe they've been put up as of yet. So I think they're anticipating the next week or 2, the signs will go up. I could be incorrect on that. There might be other locations he was also referring to, but it's in progress.
Okay, great. Member Lowe, do you have any questions or comments on that?
No, I think we decided to move forward with this request.
Okay. Yeah, this was just an update to check in to see where we're at with the
The
installation.
status.
Yep. All right, no action required. So then we move on to new business. There's a CDOT permanent easement. So CDOT had reached out to me and they're asking for permanent easements on the EEF property. This was reviewed by our attorney And it was also, I think we reached out to Public Works to confirm that Chris Edelstein, Deputy Director, to confirm that they were okay with it. And we did get information just around snow removal and as well as other requirements and things that we would have. So the attachments show the easements that they're requesting, as well as, I think, additional information about them.
Yeah. Thank you, Tim, for your previous information about this request and the comment from Public Works staff. It seems they are fine with this request. Right?
They are.
Yeah. So are we going to receive $54,160 from CDOT?
That's what I believe based on what they provided us.
Okay.
I think I did send, what our attorney, Mr. Miller, sent, but just to read it, he said, while we may ask CDOT how they arrived at the amount, and looking at the easement document, the only comments is that it doesn't say who's responsible for maintaining and repairing the ramps. However, CDOT did provide that information when I reached out to them. And just to make sure that snow removal is covered, which again, we also talked about. The one comment he did that I just want to double check with is he said EEF probably has governmental immunity, but you might ask the EEF insurance agent if EEF is covered if someone slips on the ramps. So I think maybe a motion, something along the effect of a motion to approve the requested easements, provided that it contingent on insurance covering EEF if there is an accident on the ramps. And I can verify that. So either, yeah, that a motion with it. I'm sorry, Christina.
Are you making the motion for that one?
Yes.
Okay.
Or, so here's the option. We either do that with a contingency or we hold off on this again. So I'll make that motion contingent on confirming that EEF has coverage for accidents on the ramps.
I would second that.
Yeah. Do we know when our insurance will be up for renewal?
It's up now for November. So I think we put it on the agenda, I hope. If not, yes, it's actually
yes, it's next one. Yeah. Okay. I'll second.
Okay. Any discussion? Okay, all those in favor. So Member Underhill,
Yes.
Member Lowe,
Yes.
Member Dodd, I vote yes. Okay. And then the next item is the dissolution of EEF. So I think Member Lowe, I think you had requested that this be on the agenda. Michelle did attach the PowerPoint from the presentation. I have a meeting, Krista set up a meeting, Jackie, along what you and I had discussed with Attorney Miller. So Sean and I will be meeting with him next week to formally discuss. I did give him a heads up. He's bringing one of his associates from his law firm as well. But right now, just for everyone's edification, we're still per council, engagement and recommendation. We're moving forward with planning the dissolution. There are a few things that need to be figured out with Terracon and our attorney's office and the city attorney's office. But we're moving forward with that right now. I think, a big question, of course, becomes if we do get to the point of dissolution, what will happen after that fact and who will be managing it. So our community development department has prepared a few ideas for that. we also, I think Jackie, I won't speak for you, but I think one of the things you wanted to confirm was just that we will not be responsible for, kind of the work that's going to go into it into the future and the planning and the redevelopment.
Yeah, thank you, Tim. A couple thoughts, because when Christina and I talked to City Attorney's Office on the environmental study result, it seems like there's no potential liability except one parcel.
Yes,
Yeah.
at least one. There might be one other. But
Okay, so have we had a chance to talk to the attorney, Mike Miller? Under that condition, can we still dissolve EEF, or is more city attorney's office decision?
yeah, so Sean and I, City Manager Lewis and I are meeting with Mr. Miller and one of his associates on next week to discuss that. I think but it's also a city attorney's office discussion / engagement with redevelopment and community development, because there are also redevelopment implications if we were to carve up the parcel. So I think the environmental study basically showed, when Cinderella City was dissolved, environmental standards were met. Some of those have shifted a bit over time, I think. And so there were, previous to me being on this board, I think former EEF President DeAndrea met with someone from the state and Terracon. And so where we're at right now, I think it's with the attorneys. I know that our city attorney was trying to reach out to Terracon to go through their report in detail. And then Sean and I will be talking to Mr. Miller next week to get his perspective on it. But I think it's just there's a decision that needs to be made of, are we comfortable with splitting up the parcels, number one, and then number two, if we're not, what other steps, if any, need to happen in terms of environmental remediation?
Okay, unless it's in the works. Yeah.
Yes, it's in the works.
Okay, then the second question, so at the same time, should we talk about the property management at the next meeting? Because community development has like 5 options. Is this our plan? Or what are the works that we can do to, or at least concurrently, so we do not delay the dissolution process?
Yeah, so something maybe like having community development present to this board about the ideas, and then allowing us to make a recommendation about what we think the appropriate one would be.
Okay.
Would that make sense?
Yeah, or do we also need a representative from Public Works? Do you think that, or just?
We could have someone from Public Works be part of the discussion.
Okay, good. The next one is, because now the development work, we are moving to a different direction. So I think the demand on the pre-development type of work from the EEF board has lessened, seems like. Because my thought is, because if we, for example, if we were in the redevelopment process, we will be responsible for reviewing all the framework agreement, and that's really not the current board members' forte. So that's my concern. Tim, you froze?
Oh, I wonder when he froze, because that's a very good point, Jackie.
The most important point.
Right, I heard it. It's recorded.
Yeah. So, do we need like?
Murphy, he has to know he's frozen, right?
Oh.
Oh, yep. Okay, we'll give him a minute.
We have a staff person, Kevin, finance manager, Kevin Engels, just join us, because if we are ready to dissolve EEF, there are a lot of paperwork will be involved, the finance team. So we just want to make sure he's in the loop as well.
That's a good idea.
And just so you know, I've been having some connection problems as well, so.
Hmm. So Kevin, could you give us a few examples? What kind of paperwork we will be involved?
Well, we have a number of contracts, you know, who's gonna administer the CAM,
Yeah,
common area maintenance. I think there are 6 contracts involved there. You've got the overall contract with Walmart, which is part of the redevelopment discussion, I think.
yeah, yeah. That's why
Oh.
next time, yeah, Tim recommend that we have a community development team to present their ideas, how to do the common area management, public works, or outsource to a separate corporation.
Yeah,
Then
'cause
we can,
there are 2 pieces to that. There's the, you know, actually maintaining the properties, but then there's also the billings to the customers or to the participants. So
okay, so are we doing the billing now, the finance department?
finance does, yes.
Okay,
We manage that part of the contract.
okay. So billing and property management.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. What's your initial thought, Christina? Have you had a chance to read through the recommendation?
I did get a chance to briefly read through it, so I'm kind of curious to hear what the legal teams involved with this come up with. And what their overall recommendations end up being.
Mhm.
I have my own thoughts, but it may not make sense, so. Yeah, I'm glad there's some things in progress to continue this moving along.
Yeah. Hey, Tim, I invited the finance manager Kevin Engels to this meeting because if we are talking about dissolution of EEF, there are some contracts that the finance team will be involved. So I just want to keep him in the loop. So Kevin, do you just want to repeat what you said? The dissolution, there are 2 pieces. One is the billing, the other is the property management.
Well, we were talking about the common area maintenance agreements, Tim.
Okay, sorry, I lost internet for some reason.
I've been having issues too, so. But there's 2 pieces to the common area maintenance. One is the actual property maintenance. And then there's the other side where the participants in the CAM are actually billed, and finance does manage that part of the contract. So monthly invoices go out and we handle collections of those.
Yeah, so Tim, if we plan to invite a community development team to present their ideas, I'll definitely invite Kevin to be part of the discussion. Yeah.
Absolutely. Michelle, would you be able to schedule a meeting, let's say maybe 2 weeks from now? So I guess, yeah, like the week of October 24th. And we can certainly add other agenda items if we have them. But why don't we just put, planning for possible dissolution of EEF. And then if you could make sure Kevin gets the invite, and then if we could also invite Chris Edelstein and Trey Blake, and then also invite Dan Paremba and Brad Power. So if you could do that 2 weeks from now, that would be great.
Sure.
Thank you. Any other comments or questions on that agenda item right now?
No.
Great. So the next agenda item, which I believe I had emailed you, I hope, is the insurance renewal. So we utilize Philadelphia Insurance. And Kevin, if you're still on the call, you might be able to help me kind of fill in some of the gaps on this. But EEF traditionally has used the same insurance carrier as EMER, the Englewood Environmental Foundation Board, which the carrier, I believe, is Philadelphia. It provides coverage for board members up to $5 million, I believe. insurance rep reached out to me about a month ago. I talked to him on the phone. He said that, you know, because I explained to him that we may be dissolving EEF at some point in the next year. So I didn't want to prepay for insurance and then not utilize it. So he said we would pay a monthly premium and that the agreement would be that whenever EEF did dissolve, we would just stop paying the premiums going forward. So we wouldn't lose any money essentially, and it would provide that coverage. We do have coverage, I believe now from CIRSA. However, that level of coverage doesn't, I think it goes up to 150,000. Is that right, Kevin? Or no, it's the 150,000.
That's the deductible, yeah.
That's the deductible, yeah.
Yeah, so there's,
Is there,
so there's quite a bit of difference in the deductibles between the two companies, so.
and the Philadelphia one was a $10,000 deductible?
I believe it's 10,000, yes.
Yeah.
We did move the EEF properties to CIRSA as well, but this is a little bit different. This is the liability for directors, I think.
Yep.
So yeah, we may not want to have that $150,000 deductible. That's pretty high for EEF.
And do you happen to know, Kevin, what the, it's okay if you don't, but what the monthly premium is for Philadelphia?
I believe, I'm trying to find it here. I believe the yearly price for just that piece was about $6,000 last year.
Okay,
I'd have to look and see what that
that's fine.
what that coverage limit was.
So it's roughly 500 a month or so.
Yeah, I think we paid it up front, but yeah.
Okay.
But is 6,000 for property liability and a DNO?
I think it's just the DNO.
Just DNO, okay.
I'll confirm-
Philadelphia,
I'll have to confirm that, but I think.
okay. Yeah, so if you could email us the coverage for property liability and deductible and the DNO coverage and also the carrier, if you could email the EEF board member, I would really appreciate it. Thank you.
I can do that.
Tim, do we need to make decision about insurance or just an update?
I wanted to see if we wanted, I actually don't know if this is something traditionally the board voted on. But as I believe it's going to expire in November. So I did just want consensus or a vote from the board. If you would like to continue with the Philadelphia coverage for board members up to $5 million.
I agree to continue coverage until EEF has been dissolved and the board is no longer. So I'll make a motion to continue coverage.
Is that a motion to continue the liability coverage through Philadelphia until such point as EEF is dissolved?
Correct.
I think it's a DNO coverage,
Yeah.
right? Not liability. DNO, right, Tim?
Is that what it is, Kevin, through Philadelphia?
Yeah, I think it's for DNO. Or should we wait until we do both property liability and a DNO at the same time? Or the expiration dates are different? Kevin,
I don't
you
know. Do you know?
unmute.
Sorry. I think they both expire on 10/30,
10:30, okay.
but we did not renew the property portion for this year.
Oh, because we went to CIRSA.
We went to CIRSA with the property and Maria was
Okay.
okay with that.
Thank you for the clarification. So we just need to vote this DNO piece with Philadelphia. Yes,
Yeah, DNO liability is what they
yeah,
call it. So yeah, I sent it to you, Christina, so you have it. It's DNO liability up to $5 million for each of us. Okay, so we had a motion. Anybody second?
I'll second.
Okay, any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Anyone opposed? Okay. All right, and then I somehow lost my. Sorry, I lost my agenda and I'm not getting it back.
So the last item is legal engagement with Spencer Fane.
Thanks, Christina. Yeah, so Spencer Fane's, or attorney Mike Miller, is a partner, I believe, or at least an employee. Spencer Fane, he sent me a letter for us to review and approve. I did actually ask our city attorney's office to review it. She said it was standard. She just mentioned that well, there was one typo that we corrected. And then she also mentioned that we should add to it that they would provide advice to us formally in the letter, advice to us as part of the dissolution of EEF.
Okay,
So I think the previous language spoke more to like the continuation of EEF. So we wanted to make sure the dissolution part was included.
okay.
I think Michelle attached that to the agenda. Great. Any questions on this?
But it seems like no one knows the estimated total dollar amount, right?
No, I think we pay an hourly rate.
Yeah.
Are you talking about his? Yeah.
Yeah, Kevin, do you know how much we have, like we paid the legal Mike Miller last year? Yeah, Kevin and I have been talking about how much cash we need in order to dissolve EEF, because we probably have legal and other costs. I want to make sure we have enough coverage. Yeah.
In the letter, it states that.
Yeah, 500 something, and his partner is
Yeah.
615. But I just want to know the total last year, just get a feel. Wow.
I'll look that up. You guys can
Okay.
continue
Sorry
talking. I
for
might have
putting you
in a
on the
couple minutes.
spot. Yeah,
That's okay.
yeah. Yeah, definitely we need to continue engaging them because they probably drafted all the agreements with the tenant. So definitely can help with the process.
Yeah, and Jackie, if you and Christine, if the board wanted to, you could direct me, to bring back any amount of legal fees that goes past a certain amount, or you could direct me to bring an update every meeting on where we're at with how much we're spending on legal fees. So
Yeah,
his letter doesn't, it's not a retainer system. There isn't
Yeah.
a flat amount, but the motion could also cap it, to not go over a certain amount. So it's really however you want to frame that.
oh. Good point.
Yeah, so we could just approve it as is. We could, say that you just want a report from me anytime we go above a threshold. You could cap the threshold and say we can't go above whatever amount.
I think we definitely need to approve this agreement now so we can continue this work. But it's hard to put a cap on it. I would probably recommend to accept this engagement letter as it is. If necessary, we can put a cap later.
Okay. So right now, you just want to approve it as is, and then why don't I just, though, as a good practice, why don't we just provide you maybe on a monthly basis with just where we're at with our legal fees, just so you're up to date.
Yeah, I think that'll be good.
Okay. Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion to accept the engagement letter from Spencer Fane as it is.
Hey, is there a second?
Second that.
Great. Any discussion? Okay, all those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Great. Anyone opposed? All right, motion carries. And Kevin, thanks for looking that up. We're about to wrap up, but feel free to just email it to us. There's no rush on that. So don't feel like you have to get it done right now.
No problem. I'll send it over.
Great.
Along with the insurance information.
Great, thank you. Is there anything else we need to discuss before we adjourn?
I feel we covered a lot of ground today.
Yeah, we did. Thanks again to Michelle for all of her work and putting everything together. Thanks to Kevin, as always, also for your expertise and your advice, and you're willing to join us. And thanks to you, Jackie, and you to Christina for your engagement in this. I know it's an interesting setup, so I appreciate the time that you put into it. Yeah. A motion to adjourn?
Thank you. Bye.
Oh, do you have a motion to
Then
adjourn?
I'll motion to adjourn.
Oh.
Okay, I'll second. All those in favor? Aye.
Bye.
Great, thanks, everybody. Have a good weekend. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.